What up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these pants on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's how I do this song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitch was going to, I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitch was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yala Van Zap's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Well, hello. How art thou? I hope that everybody's having a wonderful Wednesday. It's good to see y'all in the chat. It's good to see that we are here. I got my water. I got my Red Bull. Today's Red Bull is peach nectarine. And we ready to go. And I got Gatorade. So we ready to go. Let me send this out. Let the people know we live, because the people will say that I ain't tell them nothing. The people will say I ain't tell them nothing. Hold on. Hold on. Let's put it on the gram. To God be the glory for all of the things he has done. Hold on. All right. So there's Instagram. Um, let's do community post. Cause the people gonna say I ain't tell them. All right. All right. So listen, we gotta have a good time today, y'all. Um, because it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a minute. I probably won't go live again until maybe when I'm in Turks and Caicos, and that's depending on the Wi-Fi situation when we get there, because we don't want to incur no international charges. So, let me say hello to y'all and take some attendance. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button, share the video out. Mm. Hey, Diamond Pearl Jim, Tracy W, Nessa is here. Hey, Nessa, how are you, my love? Cassandra, wait, Cassandra, is today your birthday, or was your birthday on Monday? If it is your birthday, happy birthday, my love. If it was earlier this week, still happy birthday. I think I remember you saying your birthday was like today. I don't know. But if it is, happy birthday, my love. Volvo, hey Cookie. Renee, how are you? Ravine, what's going on, my devastating Delta Diva over there? Ravine, how are you? Um, Cherise, what's going on over there on the West Coast? Montrez, what's good, bruh? Pinky Tiki, good to have you here. Mm, Child. Monk Chip, how are you, boo? Child. Well, happy birthday. See, I thought I was right. Happy birthday, Cassandra. I hope you have a phenomenal birthday. Listen, I'm not gonna take a shot today. I'm sorry, Cassandra. I took 2 shots yesterday, and we were struggling. So we're not gonna take a shot today. We gonna just enjoy this shot of Abe's ale, as they call it. You know, Abraham Lincoln's ale. Mm. Is it Abe's ale or Adam's ale? It's one of the two. I don't know. Hey, Tracy. Tracy, see what's going on? Wait, Tracy want us to take a shot. Tracy, listen. We're drinking Adam's ale. I think it's Adam's ale. At work listening to me under the AC because listen, right now it's 98 degrees outside. That's what my computer says. I don't even want to know what the feel like is, but it says that it's 98 degrees out there. At one point I saw 100. It's ridiculous out there. Like it's just so ridiculous. Baby, I had to go do something this morning. I got out there at about 7:30. It was already 83 degrees at 7:30 this morning. But I was like, because once it get 9 o'clock, we are not going outside. Y'all say happy birthday to Cassandra. Hey, crazy homebody, girl, how you doing today? Yana, what's going on? What is up? Child, it's hot out there. Y'all stay inside. If you ain't got no reason to be your ass out there, don't go your ass out there. It's not that serious. Whatever you thought you needed to do, baby, it could wait. It can wait. And it's this hot, and we still in June. I don't even want to know what August is gonna feel like because I swear it's gonna feel like Satan's nutsack in August. It's gonna feel like Satan's goddamn nutsack in August. Just ridiculous. Mm-mm. Baby, it's too hot out there. It's too hot. Hey, Marla Morris, what's going on? I need this water to cool me down too, because this first story I already know is gonna send me spiraling. We are starting with our sugar spike segment today, and this first story, which is our top story of the day, is going to send me fucking spiraling. And I'm gonna try the best I can. I'm gonna try the best I can not to spike out. It's 107 in Nevada. Oh dear God. Mm-mm. Let me see what the feels like temperature is right now. Okay, Google. What is the feels like temperature right now?
Right now in Sandy Springs, it feels like 98.
No, that's the temperature, but what does it feels like? God. Okay, Google. What is the heat index right now?
Currently in Sandy Springs, it feels like 98.
Well, I guess it is 98, and I guess it feels like 98. Whatever. That's still too hot. Mm. It's 87 in Massachusetts. It's going to rain later, child. It's 98 in Southern Maryland. Jesus. Child. How hot is it up there in New York, Tracy? Yeah, it's just too damn hot. It's just too goddamn hot. If you ain't got no reason to be your ass out there, stay your ass in the house. If you over there suffering through rush hour traffic, listen, blow that AC on full blast with the AC. Okay, y'all. If you listening to me, 89. Listen, I would love to feel some 89 right now, Tracy. Please believe. But if you listening to me driving home in the drive at 5, listen, turn that AC all the way up, turn the volume all the way up on your on this, and let's get cooking. Okay, it's already hot outside. Might as well get cooking. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we will start with our spike segment. So where's my boy? Where's Larry? Larry, oh, there go Larry. Larry, all right, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, it's time for us to queue up Larry because it's time for our sugar spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So long, well, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe
Major sugar spike.
they shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. It's time for our sugar spikes segment. Now listen, y'all know I had to lead off with this. We talked about this Monday. We talked about this on Monday. We absolutely talked about this on Monday. And we're here. So hold on, let me finish my water. Mm. 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 So listen, we talked about this on Monday. I explained, hey Tanya, what's good, boo? I explained the seriousness of this situation. And we're here. We're here. So, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, we spoke about the fact that there was a primary yesterday in the great state of New York. In said Democratic primary for the 16th district of New York, Jamaal Bowman, the incumbent, was having to fight for his life in that primary race because APAC and a whole bunch of other fucktards were trying to oust Jamaal Bowman because Jamaal Bowman has been very vocal about his issues with the genocide taking place over in the Gaza Strip. Now, before I go down that road to break this down, let me tell you what angers and upsets me the most. I expect APAC to do what it does. Certainly do. They've shown us who they are. APAC started off as a Zionist group. I think it was called the American Zionist Council. AIPAC is who they are. I don't even understand how AIPAC is allowed to do all of the stuff that they do, because in my estimation, they don't work on behalf of politics here in America. They're like a foreign agent where they're working on behalf of the Israeli state here in these United States of America. So how they're allowed to call themselves a PAC or a political action committee is beyond my level of comprehension. But yet again, here we are. But that's not the thing that angers me, because we know who they are. I've chronicled over and over and over for you all who the Democratic Party is and their level brand of fuck shit and fuckery. My problem today, I've watched a lot of political commentary today on this race. Watched quite a bit of political commentary on Jamaal Bowman and his ouster and the fact that he got primaried, right? But that's my issue right there, what Vovo said. He should have read the room. Here's my problem. My problem is what people wanted Jamaal Bowman to do is to not say anything about Israel, not to say anything about the fact that we're funding a whole genocide over there, not say anything about the fact that there needs to be a damn ceasefire, right? So they want him to stay silent. And I've even heard people say, well, your only job is to be a sounding board for your constituents, and you have to let them dictate the things that you do and you say. That's not always the fuck true. You want to know why? Because if that was the case, we would still be in fucking shackles. We would still have slavery. We would still have Jim Crow laws. There would still be an America where people that look like Jamaal Bowman, that look like me and you, would not be allowed to have freedom. Because the constituents in many cases get it wrong. And as an elected official, as a leader, sometimes you have to tell them, hey, I understand y'all are over here screaming that. You're wrong. You're on the wrong side of history. You're on the wrong side of humanity. You're on the wrong side of what it means to be a human and live as a species on this planet. And to tell someone that is a voting member of Congress that you need to sit there, and because you have Jewish constituency, you can't speak truth to power and say there needs to be a fucking ceasefire, and you just need to shut up about it and don't say anything about the fact that thousands and thousands and thousands of innocent people are being butchered in a fucking genocide. The problem is you. The problem is fucking you. So I don't agree that, oh, he needed to understand that he has Jewish constituency. You know what? There are a lot of people 60, 70, 80, 100 years ago whose constituencies were staunch racists. Wanted no parts of black people having any power. Wanted no part. Hey, Sean, what's going on? What's good, Five? Ain't seen you in a minute. There's a lot of people who represented a constituency that wanted no parts of civil rights, that wanted no parts of black people being equal citizens. And had they acquiesced and coalesced to what their constituency wanted, there would have been no fucking progress. Hey, Too Feisty. So miss me with this, oh, well, he has Jewish people in his constituency, so he should have just shut up. Really? Because you're telling me that as an elected official, when you see bad things happening and when you see atrocities taking place, you're just supposed to shut the fuck up because the members in the voting district where you are okay with that. Nope. not so. Because newsflash, I'm not going to even take you to a fucking 100 years ago. There are a lot of voting districts around the country that are okay with black people getting murdered by the police right now. They have no problem with that. They're okay with that. And they want you to shut the fuck up about it. So what you're telling me is, if I have constituents that are okay with that, I should never call out the police brutality, never call out the fact that we have horrible things that are happening in our fucking criminal justice system and law enforcement. Y'all want to talk about pulling a long? See, I love the fact that people bring up these small indications, right? You have a sitting member of Congress who's still a sitting member of Congress that threatened the life of a sitting member of Congress. This wasn't play. This is for real. Threatened a sitting member of Congress. Threatened the life of a sitting member of Congress. They're still allowed to sit there in Congress. Nobody ain't saying a goddamn thing. Y'all over here talking about alarms. There are sitting members of Congress that we know had a role in assisting the people who tried to overthrow the fucking government on January 6th, and they're still sitting on the floor of Congress. And will be in the when the next Congress is sworn in and set. And you want to talk to me about a goddamn alarm? I'm not here for it. Try again. See, you get on. That's my issues with the Democrats. They, when it's convenient, have all of these scruples about them, and they have all of this, everything has to be done decently and in order and in the right way. Oh, we can't go low. Oh, we can't play politics that way, which is why you're getting your ass handed to you every which way. Which is why when you had control of the White House, of the Senate, and of the fucking House of Representatives, you did fucking nothing. What happened to the George Floyd bill? What happened to the John Lewis bill? What happened to all of the things that you promised? But y'all are focused on the wrong thing. You censure members of your own party because they said there's a genocide going on in Gaza, and they said there needs to be a ceasefire, and you Democrats signed off on censoring people in your own fucking party. But you had no problems and didn't even think about censoring members of the Republican Party who threatened the life of members of your party. This is the fuck shit that I'm talking about. But y'all want to talk to me about silliness. We have a party over there that is ready to send us into an authoritarian nation, and people are over here twiddling their thumbs. The man who just primaried fucking Jamaal Bowman is on record saying, I'm a conservative Democrat. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm just trying to call this shit out, because this is the bullshit that I be talking about. I'm so sick of it. It's so fucking ridiculous. You got a party, and we're in fucking Pride Month, so I can talk about this. Well, it don't matter if it's Pride Month or not. We got a party that is sitting idly by while LGBTQ children are having their rights stripped from them, are being told that you're not allowed to be who you are not being even given resources to help them understand who they are. They're being stripped of that. And this fucking party is sitting by, idly by, like nothing's going on. This shit is happening every fucking day. You sat your ass back. You sat by and allowed Mitch McConnell and your former president, Donald John, they did what they needed to do, and you allowed the rights of women that have been on the books for more than 50 years to be stripped from them, taking away autonomy from women's bodies. There are women today that are dying, literally dying, because they cannot even go and get an abortion. And y'all want to talk to me about the fact that Jamaal Bowman had the audacity to speak truth to power and say you need to stop killing innocent people in Gaza, and that's the reason he shouldn't be in Congress? If that's how you feel that he should have shut the fuck up, you should shut the fuck up. You're the fucking problem. AIPAC spent more money on this one race than they have spent in the entire history of the organization. I just want to show you that. And if you think it's not fucking calculated, I'm going to, because our next story is going to show you that it's calculated. AIPAC and some of these Jewish constituencies and organizations, they're not our Jewish brothers and sisters of the civil rights era. Those people are gone. Our Jewish brothers and sisters standing side by side with us in the civil rights era, they are fucking long gone. The ones we have now are just as racist, bigoted, and discriminatory as their white counterparts. You think it's you think it wasn't strategic? Because Jamaal Bowman is very vocal, and Jamaal Bowman, as a black man in one of the bluest of bluest states, being a progressive and being vocal, is being told, shut up, boy. Sit your ass the fuck down and shut the fuck up, because you're not allowed to speak truth to power. You're not allowed to question us when we decide that we want to have a genocide. Because newsflash, guess who's next? Guess who's on their radar next? Our black queen, Cori Bush. See, this is what I'm talking about, because it ain't about Jamaal Bowman pulling a fucking fire alarm. It's about them saying to black progressive voices, shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear from you. You're not allowed to speak on the fact that Israel is having a genocide. You're not allowed to ask for a ceasefire. You're not allowed to talk to us white people and tell us what we can and cannot do. Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Because right now, they found them a good old boy out in the great state of Missouri, and now they're trying to primary Cori Bush. Because now they have their sights set on the squad. But I got a news flash for you, Democratic Party. They're not going to just stop with the squad. Should I tell you that one of the biggest funders of that $23+ million that AIPAC spent on the Jamaal Bowman primary was a staunch MAGA Republican who's also funding and gave $50+ million to Donald John Trump's campaign? Should I remind you of that? Oh, wait, let me go back, because see, we're not done yet with the Jamaal Bowman. Oh, because y'all think, well, it's okay, L. Teddy, because George Latimer's a Democrat. It's okay. Oh, shall I remind you that George Latimer is noted for having made several racist statements and comments in his history, and when called to question and asked about it, wanted to tell the person, no, that's not me. Just be quiet. Not right now. Not right now. Not right now. The man was blatantly racist. And now, but this is what we got going on, though, because this is all about, you got people that look like you and I, okay in it, high-fiving him, funding his campaign, putting on their Sambo slippers, ready to apologize for him. Oh, that's not him. Oh, he's not a racist. Oh, he's not that type of person. The man is on record. You right, Sean? Hillary and her cronies are certainly in on it. This is what we got going on. But you got people over here talking about all types of just ridiculousness. Just ridiculousness. I'm trying to calm down, y'all. Y'all see I'm over here drinking my Red Bull. I'm trying. You have, I'm not going to even call them a political action committee. You have a foreign agent in the form of APAC that literally bought an election. And there's no government oversight. Nobody has no issues with this. Everybody's mum's the word. It's okay. Those are the progressives. We don't care. Let it happen with them. But if it happened with one of our good old boys, now we want to scream holy hell. Oh no, we're here. We're here. This is what we got going on. This is what we got going on. Oh, did I forgot to mention that during the debates that George Latimer thought it not robbery enough to throw out all types of old racist tropes about Jamaal Bowman too. There's a lot of places we can go, but does it matter now? Because according to y'all, his problem is, he just should have shut the fuck up and let a genocide happen over there because he happens to be the representative of a district that happens to have Jewish people that live there. Jeez. I don't understand you people. I do not understand you people. But there are a number of instances, and you can go look them up, with George Latimer having unsightly racist rhetoric and dog whistles that he has all over the place. Oh, shall I tell you that a member of his campaign called Jamaal Bowman an angry black man and suggested that she hopes that he has a stroke, he suffers a stroke while he's being the angry black man screaming and preaching instead of doing real politics? Shall I mention that? Or we're not going to mention that? Oh, okay. Because it's all about him listening to, because he has to acquiesce to the demands of a constituency who's okay with us funding a fucking genocide. Okay. I'm just wanting to know where we draw the line. I just want to know. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm passionate about this, but this shit pissed me the fuck off. I'm sorry. And next, who are they coming after next? Our girl, another member of the squad, Corey Bush. Because they're not done. So they done found the next step and fetch. The next person to do his step and fetch it routine, Wesley Bell, who they're going to use to primary Corey Bush. Right now, it's basically at a dead heat. There, the latest polls show him ahead of her 43% to her having 42%. Mind you, a poll back in January had Corey Bush firmly ahead 16 points. Now it's basically a dead heat. Oh, who's funding that young man Wesley Bell? Oh, AIPAC, as well as the DNC. Oh, shall I tell you that the DNC was also helping AIPAC fund the ouster of Jamaal Bowman? I forgot to mention that part. But we also have the AIPAC and the DNC trying to oust Corey Bell now. Not Corey Bell, Corey Bush now. You see what's going on, right? The same Democratic Party that did, shall we go down the list? Remember India Walton up in Buffalo? They didn't like her because she was a progressive, and the Democratic Party did what they did and funded a campaign to have a write-in candidate because they refused to let a progressive go there. Remember what happened to Jessica Cisneros? And now we have fucking Henry Cuellar that ended up with that seat, who's now being indicted with his wife for bribery because they don't want a progressive there. Anytime somebody's progressive, the Democratic Party does stupid ass fuck shit like put money in the campaign of Republican contenders instead of funding a progressive to win. That's why I'm afraid of this Senate seat in my great state of Florida, because I told y'all that race is winnable. That race is very, very, very winnable. But I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen. I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen, because I know how this stuff goes. I know how this goes. Okay, Debbie McCarcel Powell, right? Who's a Democrat, who's going to win that Democratic primary and going to be the Democratic nominee for that Senate seat against Trick Scott. She's a little too progressive for them. She tries to lean moderate, but she sometimes gives too much of a progressive indication. And what will they do? They'll put no money into that race. That's what the Democratic Party will do. They'll just say, "Oh, that Florida's a red state. It's not winnable, so we're just not going to put any money over there." Mind you, that is a winnable race right now, but they don't give a shit. And so now let me go back to the story at hand. Now we got our girl Corey Bush dangling out there, who was up by double-digit points just a few months ago, who now is in a dead heat fighting for her political life. Corey Bush, who has been blazing a trail, who has carried the banner, and who spoke truth to power, fighting for Black people, fighting for women, fighting for marginalized groups since she got in Congress. And we're going to have to fuck shit. My problem with Jamie Harrison is I don't think, hey, Xavier, I don't feel like Jamie Harrison is really calling the shots. I feel like Jamie Harrison is in that position, but when it gets time for real decisions to be made, I think there are other people in that room that say this is what we're going to do. and Jamie Harrison gets thrown out there to be the scapegoat and to be the person that has to bear the brunt of it because his name is, in the position as chairman of the DNC. I'm telling you, that's what I believe is happening. And my sources inside of the DNC, that's what they tell me. Now, if you're over there in the great state of Missouri, let me say this now. I told y'all that Jamaal Bowman, we needed to go out there, and we're here today. Now, Cori Bush has a primary on August 6th. The primaries in Missouri are on August 6th. We need the people of the great state of Missouri, specifically in and around the St. Louis area, in her district, to do what they need to do and get out and vote. The woman has been there fighting for us, and now we need to go fight for her. Or, I'm telling you right now, we're going to end up with nothing happening. We're going to end up with another 4 years of nothing happening. Because I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a situation where even if Joseph Robinette wins the White House, it's really looking right now like the Senate is going to shift. The Democratic races in the Senate are not looking good. Not looking good. John Tester is vulnerable. We know we're going to lose West Virginia now that Joe Manchin is gone. It's a couple, and I'm not going to go through all of the seats right now because we know there are several seats. But my point is, if they lose the Senate, right, it doesn't matter what happens in the House, because the Senate is where everything happens. They stand to lose several seats in the House, and they stand to lose several seats in the Senate because we got stupid ass fuck shit like this. So you'll have 4 years of nothing happening. 4 years of our life where no progress happens, where we're stuck again in this stalemate where nothing gets done. Let's be clear. Let's be honest. We don't know if in the next 2 years, even if Joseph Robinette wins, whether he's going to have the mental faculties to even know what's going on. This is a bunch of fuck shit. Now, and I'm gonna tell. I told y'all, what was that? 4 years ago, back in 2020. What did I say to you? Go back and look at my videos. In 2020, I said the Democratic Party will not be deemed serious to me. Joseph Robinette, I won't take you seriously unless one of the first things you say is, first two things I said that they needed to do. 1, get rid of the filibuster. 2, stack the Supreme Court. They didn't do any of them. So how can I take you seriously? How can I take you seriously? Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas are on record saying that they want to retire, but they're not going to do that if Joseph Robinette wins. They're not going to do that. So unless the good Lord comes around and says, yeah, it's your time is up, and does us a solid and snatches them up. Unless the good Lord comes and snatches them up and does us a good solid, we're going to be stuck with this Supreme Court, who are hell bent on stripping us of all of our rights. We don't know where we're going to be in 4 years if this Supreme Court is allowed to be where they stand the way it is. Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas said they're not going anywhere if Joseph Robinette wins. And they're still not talking about stacking the Supreme Court. See, this is the dumb shit that I'm talking about. You got the Fifth Circuit that we talk about all the time that are ready to strip every right that we have. The Fifth Circuit down there with Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, in that area, they are ready to strip every right that we have, send it up to the Supreme Court, and have the Supreme Court affirm what their rulings are. I'm just telling you what I know. Y'all better stay awake. And you got people around here like, oh, nothing to see here. Ain't that much going on. I'm not really into politics. Well, politics will be into you. I'm just saying, hey, Moish, just stay in account. We have to wake up. We have to wake up. We got to get our people out there. We have to start speaking truth to power. And we can't silence the people who aren't afraid to speak truth to power. My problem with, and I'm not saying that I agree with everything that any politician, that's Jamaal Bowman, that's Corey Bush, that's anybody does. But when we start to silence the people that speak truth to power, then we run into issues. Then what that means is the wrong people win. When you allow them to say, oh, you want to speak out about the wrong things we're doing? Yeah, we're gonna oust you. That's a problem. That means that we're not going to have any progress. That means there's nobody in the room that's screaming, there's a problem. The building's burning. Nobody's sounding the alarm. Everybody's just sitting there. Ooh, Let me move on. I'm sorry, y'all. August 6th in Missouri. Hey, Donna Cotton, thank you so much. Let me do another sugar spiky story so that I can calm down and relax, relate, release. But I had to have that rant for a little bit because that situation pissed me off. Exactly, Xavier. You have members of the fucking Supreme Court openly taking bribes, openly taking money, bribes, trips, gifts from people who have cases that are about to come before the Supreme Court, and nobody's saying anything. Congress is sitting there twiddling their fingers. Oh, nothing to see here. Mind you, Congress actually does have oversight over the Supreme Court, can actually impeach a member of the Supreme Court. Everybody's mum's the word. You got a fucking Supreme Court justice whose wife was intimately involved with the overthrow of our fucking government. Nobody said anything. And then you allow him to sit and adjudicate cases involving said overthrow of the government, knowing he's laying in the bed with a woman directly involved with putting it on. This is the fuck shit that we got going on. But y'all, they want to tell me about, oh, well, Jamaal Bowman should have read the room and he should have listened to his Jewish constituency. Really? Oh, he pulled a fire alarm. So yeah, that's enough. Really? You got literally people directly involved in an overthrow of the government where people died, law enforcement died, some got maimed, permanently crippled. You had people that were on their way to killing members of Congress. But y'all want to talk to me about this. This is the fuck shit I'm talking about. Let me get to some other sugar spiky news that's not politics, so I don't lose my goddamn mind. I told y'all that first story was gonna send me over. I knew it was gonna make me lose my goddamn mind. In our next sugar spiky story, oh, this is a great one right here. Here's the headline. Michelle Y. Peters has been charged with adding Roundup to her husband's Mountain Dew. Oh, yeah, you heard me, Ryan. A woman was detained by Laclede County, Missouri deputies on suspicion of adding Roundup to her husband's Mountain Dew. Michelle Y. Peters, 47, is accused of armed criminal action and first-degree domestic violence. According to investigators, Peters frequently mixed the Roundup product into her husband's Mountain Dew between May and June. It is also said that she put pesticide in his drink to spike it. When he started feeling sick, the man started to believe something was awry with his drink. Investigators said law authorities received security footage from the victim showing Peters tampering with the Mountain Dew in the garage refrigerator. Peters allegedly admitted to detectives that she had drugged her husband's drink because she had planned his 50th birthday and he had not expressed gratitude. Let me say that again. She allegedly admitted to detectives that she had drugged her husband's drink because she had planned his 50th birthday and he had not expressed gratitude. Let me read that one more time. I don't think y'all quite heard that. She admitted to detectives that she had drugged her husband's drink because she had planned his 50th birthday party and he had not expressed his gratitude. Glyphosate is a component in Roundup that, according to the Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry, can be dangerous if consumed in excess. According to the EPA, it has been linked to respiratory problems and has the potential to induce nausea and vomiting. According to court documents, Peters was accused of first-degree assault and armed criminal activity. She entered a not guilty plea, and her court date is July 2nd. Listen, I guess I guess we're not doing ground glass no more. I guess we're not doing ground glass no more. The new thing is Roundup. Just go get you some Roundup. The man didn't tell her thank you, so she's, oh bitch, I done did all this planning for this fucking 50th birthday, and you just gonna act like I ain't do shit? Okay, I got you. Oh, I got you. Right, Tracy, antifreeze is so 1999. Ground glass. Oh, baby, they did that in the 50s and 60s. We don't do that no more. We get the Roundup, girl. Anthrax. Oh, girl, that was so 2002 and 3. Oh, girl, we're doing Roundup. For those people taking note. Apparently, it ain't off the market, Renee. Ciao. It ain't rat poison or arsenic in the coffee no more. Nah, you can taste that. Get this good Roundup. Hey, Catherine Powell. No, we ain't doing no cyanide and no strychnine. Mamiana, we doing Roundup, girl. Listen, Moesha Stan, you can put anything in Mountain Dew. You won't know it's in there. Mountain Dew has got such a strong taste. You can put any goddamn thing in there. You won't know it's in there. In college, I used to drink. I told y'all in college, I used to drink Southern Comfort with Mountain Dew. I don't know how I drank that shit. I sure did. I used to drink 100 proof Southern Comfort with Mountain Dew. Child, I don't think I blinked for hours after drinking that shit. I used to drink that shit and not blink for like 4 or 5 hours. Mm-mm. Child. Anyway, we got to move on. In some good sugar spiky news, I guess this is a better late than never story. So Joseph Robinette has decided now is the time to pardon all veterans convicted and discharged over their sexuality or gender identity, which is a good thing. President Biden said today, President Biden issued pardons to LGBTQ plus service members previously discharged for their sexual orientation or gender identity under discriminatory military policies, including Don't Ask, Don't Tell, marking a historic step in the protracted battle for equality within the U.S. Armed Forces. Quote, today I am righting a historic wrong by using my clemency authority to pardon many former service members who were convicted simply for being themselves. Our nation's service members stand on the front lines of freedom and risk their lives in order to defend our country. Despite their courage and great sacrifice, thousands of LGBTQI plus service members were forced out of the military because of their sexual orientation or gender identity. Some of these patriotic Americans were subject to court-martial and have carried the burden of this great injustice for decades. End of quote. It's estimated that approximately 100,000 service members have been expelled from the military because of their sexual orientation since World War II, including more than 13,000 under Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which was between 1994 and 2011. This is a good thing. I'm hoping well, not hoping, but from the details that I have, they can have all of their military rights and benefits reinstated. I don't know if I'm hoping that it's retroactively. I don't know. In my findings, I don't see whether or not it'll be retroactive. However, they will at least going forward, they will have their all of their military benefits reinstated. And this is a good thing. Shout out to all of our service members. We thank them for their service. What's so crazy is young people out there. Did you hear that Don't Ask, Don't Tell just ended in 2011? That was only 13 years ago. Don't Ask, Don't Tell just ended in 2011. And before Don't Ask, Don't Tell, you didn't have that, baby. You had the slightest limp in the wrist or twitch in your walk, and baby, you were court-martialed. You were oftentimes jailed by the military. So I'm grateful for all of my members, all of the people who are over here. If you are a service member, just put a quick Shondo in the chat so we can thank you for your service. Thank you all for your service. And I'm just glad that they're finally righting this wrong. In more sugar spiky news, I told y'all we had a lot of sugar spiky news over here today, okay? A lot of sugar spiky news today. I'm sorry, y'all, just a lot. Arkansas Supreme Court is the latest, ones to do things that they just won't leave my community alone. Let me read this to you. The Arkansas Supreme Court on Monday stayed a lower court ruling that reinstated the ability of transgender, non-binary, and intersex individuals to use X on their gender identity marker on state-issued driver's license. Since at least 2010, the state's Department of Finance and Administration permitted the X gender identity marker on driver's licenses, but an emergency rule issued on March 15th prohibited the designation, as well as the ability for people to change their identity on their driver's licenses without an amended birth certificate. The following month, the Arkansas affiliate of the ACLU sued to stop the rule, and a lower court agreed and blocked the new rule. Monday's ruling now means residents can no longer use the X. They can only use the binary M or F rather than a more accurate representation of a driver's true gender identity as the case is decided. Quote, we believe that the law supports the circuit court's order to pass an emergency rule. An agency must explain why there is an imminent peril requiring it to act without giving the public notice and an opportunity to comment. End of quote. And that's from the legal director of the ACLU of Arkansas. The only real the executive director of Arkansas ACLU said the only real emergency here is the one created by the state itself, imposing this rule on transgender, intersex, and non-binary Arkansans. By removing the X marker option, the state forces those who do not fit squarely into the gender binary to choose an inaccurate gender marker, resulting in potential confusion, distress, discrimination, physical harm, and a lack of proper identification. Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin, though, said, who's a Republican, said, quote, I applaud the Arkansas Supreme Court's decision staying the circuit court's unlawful order and allowing the Department of Finance and Administration to bring its identification rules into compliance with the state's law. End of quote. We see what's going on here. It's another stripping of people's rights. It's another injustice and travesty to our to my community, to the LGBTQ plus community, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I told y'all over there in Arkansas, that's over there with Governor Quasimodo, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I'm telling y'all, Governor Quasimodo is really trying to make her presence known. She's trying to be be far right of Governor Hot Wheels and Governor Death Sentence. I'm just saying. Just a mess. Y'all know I can't stand Governor Quasimodo. I hated that bitch when she was the goddamn White House press secretary for Donald Trump. That bitch got on my fucking nerves. I can't stand her. She got so much smoke for the trans community and the LGBTQ plus community. Ma'am, I still need to see your snatch and your fallopian tubes because I think you're a man. Governor Quasimodo. Y'all can't tell me she's not a man. She's trash, Jason. She's trash. I don't believe that woman has a box at all. You got to show me her labia and her fallopian tubes because I'm telling you, Governor Quasimodo is a man. She ain't shit. Xavier, just for you, Xavier. I got it right here for you, Xavier. This is just for you.
America presents Real Women of Politics.
Real women of politics.
Today we salute all the real woman leaders of this great country.
Real women don't have to fake it.
Real women doing real things.
Real women work too hard for this.
Some big companies can't tell the difference between real and fake anymore.
Real people know the difference.
That's why we're introducing the Real Women of Politics koozie.
Real women of politics.
Now, you can salute the real women of politics at every backyard barbecue and tailgate. And if it covers up the label of a big woke company, well, that works too.
Real women of politics.
Order your Real Women of Politics koozie today.
Let me tell you something. I still think one of the greatest lives we've done over here is when we first broke that video down. I gotta go find the live when we broke that video down the first time we saw it. Remember that live? A lot of y'all was here. That was about maybe a year and a half ago. About a year and a half ago. Might have been in late 2022. I think it was late 2022 or early 2023. But baby, we had a whole 45-minute breakdown of that live. Hey, yes, Xavier, we still don't know why that random black man is in the middle. Just a damn mess. We still have no idea why the breakdown that we had of that one video. We broke down every single part of that video. It was such a great live. One of our best lives here. One of the best lives here. Trying to tell you. Anyway, let me keep going. Let me keep going. In more sugar spiky news, I told y'all it was a lot of sugar spike stories today. I got more sugar spike stories than I do other stories. Okay, so yeah, tomorrow is the first presidential debate between Donald John and Joseph Robinette. It's on CNN. However, we have some spiky news involving this. So apparently, CNN has decided to exclude several Black American media companies from the presidential debate, which is happening tomorrow in Atlanta, but they have approved the credentials of reporters and news outlets from other countries. Let me read this real fast. Reporters from abroad whose reader demographics are less likely to vote in the upcoming election were informed and granted media credentials to this week's presidential debate hosted by CNN, but Black media were not. According to a source close to the credentialing process, about 600 national and international outlets received media credentials for the June 27th event, but none of them are Black owned. Despite hosting a presidential debate within 3 miles of Black owned and Black led media outlets in Atlanta, CNN did not extend an invite to the event to locally based publications catering to a Black audience. Thursday's debate will take place at CNN studios in Midtown Atlanta, within jogging distance of the offices of Atlanta Voice and Atlanta Black Star, two Black publications based in the same city. However, neither publication received a press release or any other communication regarding media access for the debate that could help determine the outcome of this year's presidential elections. Quote, "It was disrespectful. I thought it was very tacky not to invite the Black newspaper. I thought that was just cheap and typical of CNN." End of quote. And that's according to the editor-in-chief, Donnell Suggs of Atlanta Voice. According to an email from CNN, there was a June 7th deadline for members of the media to request credentials to attend and cover the event, but Atlanta Voice and Atlanta Black Star were unaware of the deadline until editors from both publications individually reached out to CNN representatives in the past week, who stated that the mainstream media outlet is, quote, unable to accommodate any additional credential requests, end of quote, past the deadline. We see what this is. CNN, y'all ain't select. Y'all ain't sending people an invite. So how the fuck they gonna know when the goddamn deadline is? And when they reached out to you about it, now y'all can say, "Oh, well, the deadline has already been reached, and we don't have no more room. There's no more room in the air. It's nothing we can tell. It's nothing we can tell you." Now, Congressional Black Caucus Chairman Representative Gregory Meeks released a statement today condemning CNN and demanding that the media company immediately approve credentials for at least 10 Black-owned publications, calling the move an egregious oversight and totally unacceptable. He said in a statement, quote, CNN must immediately credential black-owned media outlets ahead of tomorrow night's debate. Failure to do so is to do Failure to do is a choice and offense to Black Americans and cannot stand. We are calling on CNN to credential a minimum of 10 Black owned media outlets for tomorrow's debate. Black owned media provides a critical, trusted source of information to our communities, and their role in our democracy must be respected and honored by CNN. End of quote. And that, once again, is coming from the chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus, U.S. Representative Gregory Meeks. Representatives from Joseph Robinette's campaign have also lobbied for Black publications to attend, given the impact of Black voters in the election and the barriers that Black publications face. CNN seems to be unyielding. We'll see how that goes. But Joseph Robinette, I think you need to flex harder and push harder on that, because you need our constituency. Hey, two geeks and a nerd. How you doing? I will be watching the debate probably. No, I think I will have landed by then. My flight lands at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. I think the debate start. What time does the debate start? I think it starts at 9 tomorrow. So I'll probably be able to catch it. Anyway, we got to move on. But yeah, y'all ain't shit CNN, but y'all ain't been shit for a long time. We know that. Oh God, God, in more sugar spiky news. This is y'all boy. That right there, this young man, that's y'all boy. Y'all be dealing with these people descended from the Caucasus Mountains that think that they're one of us. Y'all keep inviting people to the cookout. Y'all keep on giving people passes to say N-words and stuff like that. Well, let you hear it from his own mouth. I'm not going to speak for the man. I'm going to let you hear it from his own mouth. Hold on. Let me set this up. Hold your line. Hold your line. Get this set up for y'all, because y'all think I be making this stuff up. I'm just telling you. I'm just presenting to you. All right. Let me make it big. All right. There it is. All right. These are his words.
Have I ever said the N-word?
You ain't never said the N-word. I seen the interview of you and Shaq.
Dude, what the fuck just happened? Because that pussy had nothing to do with my academy. I've never said it like with malicious intent. I've never said it as a put down. Motherfucker, I listen to rap. You don't think when I'm in the car by myself, I'm singing the fuck out of this song. Thinking I'm like this. And I still look both ways where I said, what you really want, brother? I'm about to slip the fuck out of this song. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Have I ever said?
The part, hold on, the part that gets me is the fact that he doubled down and said, yeah, I'm gonna sing the fuck out of this shit, because you want to be able to use the N-word. You want to you know exactly, hey, Prodigy's lawyer, you know exactly what the fuck you're doing and what you're talking about. You listen, I don't believe any parts of you only said when you're listening to rap music. Oh, I believe every parts of him throwing the N-word out all nilly-willy all over the place. Y'all have always liked this young man. I don't like these people that are not black, that y'all let, just nilly-willy say the N-word because they have a proximity to blackness or they have friends that are black. I'm just saying. Hey, Katrina. Now the people are dog walking him. Dog walking him. Prodigy's lawyer, are you a member of Gen Z? We just asking. I just want to know, Prodigy's lawyer, are you a Gen Zer? We could put you over there by Xavier and Montrez. I don't like it when Latinx people said either spicy original. I don't like it either. '27, so that would make you 1997. That means you were born in 97. Oh, you're a Gen Zer because Gen Z starts in 96. So that definitely makes you a Gen Zer. Gen Z starts in 96. Well, listen. My philosophy on these words are it's just like you hear some gay people use the F word, or you hear some women that call each other the B word. If you don't know what it feels like to be on the negative side of that word, you don't get to use it. If you are not black and you don't know what it meant to be called that in the most worst and heinous way, you can't use the N word. If you're not a gay man or a gay person and don't know what it feels like to have the F word used at you in some of the most horrific ways, you have to understand some people who lost their fucking lives, that was the last thing they heard, that word being used at them while their life was being taken from them. So if you don't know and you can't wear it on both sides, you can't just have it on a good side when it's cool and the good parts of it. No, buddy boy. Let me move on because I'm about to spike out. Let me move on. I see myself spiking out. I'm telling y'all, if I stay on this story, I'm a dog walk this man. I'm telling you now, I don't like him. I've never liked him. Y'all like him. I don't like him. Let me move on before I lose my fucking mind. We have another sugar spiky story. Hey, Lamone, they do want to say it. They want to say it, but when it's convenient, see, if you can strip yourself of that word when times get tough, then you can't use it. Because I promise you, when you get stopped by the police, that you won't want to be that word. You don't want nobody to call you my nigga and stuff like that. You don't want to be that then. Ciao. I'm just saying. We have another sugar spiky story. This is another story where we have to say his name. Y'all know how we do around here. We have to say his name, and when we have to say speak someone's name, unfortunately, that means that usually that person has lost their life. His name is Isaiah Olugbemi. Isaiah Olugbemi. His first name is Isaiah. Last name is Olugbemi. Last name is Olugbemi. His name is Isaiah Olugbemi. Let me read this to you. Authorities charged a white Baltimore man with murder after he purportedly confessed to the tragic killing of his next door neighbor, an aspiring black boxer who won a National Golden Gloves title last month as one of the top amateur fighters in the country. Nicholas Francis Xavier Giroux, age 36, was held without bond on charges of first and second degree murder in the death of 27-year-old Isaiah Olugbemi on June 17th. That was just last week, Monday. Giroux has been jailed at the Jennifer Road Detention Center since the day after Olugbemi was murdered. Giroux confessed to the killing during an interview with Anne Arundel police on June 18th, officials said. Olugbemi was standing outside his house in Odenton when the gunman walked up to him and opened fire in cold blood. In another tragic twist, the victim's sister, Maryland social media creator Rebecca Olugbemi, was filming a live makeup tutorial when her microphone picked up the crackle of gunfire that killed her brother just outside of her window. The deadly gun blast erupted around 9:45 p.m. just as Rebecca Olugbemi was demonstrating skincare products on camera, as shown in a snippet posted to the X platform. There is the video of the sister doing it, and I've seen the video, and you can hear the gunfire. I'm not going to play the video. Moments later, she was shocked to learn that these were the same shots that killed her brother. Quote, he always looked out for everyone and made sure that everyone was good. I just want them to know he was just a hard worker. Anything that he wanted, he went after it. End of quote. And that's what the sister said about her brother. On the night of the shooting, police were called to the corner of Meadow Mist Way and Stellick Drive in Odenton, where they found Olugbemi mortally wounded but still breathing after he was shot more than a dozen times. Paramedics tried to save the bullet-riddled fighter, but he was pronounced dead on arrival at the University of Maryland Medical Center in Baltimore. According to court papers, police removed 9mm cartridges at the crime scene. A judge in Anne Arundel County scheduled Giroux's first hearing on July 17th, where he is expected to enter a plea. Investigators obtained surveillance footage from around the crime scene showing a white man, later identified as Giroux, approaching Olugbemi with a handgun, firing multiple times and fleeing, leaving Olugbemi crumpled on the pavement in a pool of blood. Police have not revealed a possible motive for the killing, but relatives suggested that an ongoing beef between Olugbemi and Giroux culminated in last week's fatal shooting. The victim's brother, Abraham Olugbemi, told outlets that Giroux lived next door to Isaiah Olugbemi and alleged that Giroux had threatened to shoot him on at least 2 other occasions this year, once in January and again in June. The prosecutor characterized the shooting as an execution, recounting that Giroux unloaded between 6 to 14 shots at Olugbemi before pausing briefly and then pumping another 3 bullets into the man as he lay defenseless on the ground. He is the father of a 2-year-old son. And yeah, I can't read anymore. Y'all see what's going on here. But it's so sad what's going on. But these are the people who are the gun proponents out there, will tell you that, oh, the problem is not the guns, the problem is the people. They'll always say guns don't kill people, people kill people. Really? Listen, our sincere thoughts, prayers, and condolences to the Olugbemi family, his family, friends, and loved ones, because I know this is a tragic story. There's a 2-year-old boy who will not be able to live with his father, who's not going to have a father. I'll monitor the situation. We want justice for Mr. Olugbemi. I'll follow the situation. For those of you who are in or around the Baltimore area, and you may get, sometimes the local outlets will give you stories prior to some of the bigger outlets. Send it to me so I can so I can follow this story and we can keep up with it. But we are certainly praying for that family, the family, friends, and loved ones of Isaiah Olugbemi. Just senseless and tragic. This is our last sugar spiky story of the day. So, have y'all been paying attention to the dumpster fire that is JJ Reddick and his hiring of the Los Angeles Lakers? Now, if you're following this shit on ESPN and stuff like that, they're not giving you all of the gory details. But there's a lot to this story of JJ Reddick. Listen, if this catches fire, I don't know if he will make it to the start of the NBA season with that job, because every day more and more is coming out. Now, JJ Reddick, for those of you who don't know, was just hired as the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, many people already had an issue with it because JJ Reddick ain't never coached nowhere in America. JJ Reddick ain't never won a ring nowhere. JJ Reddick was a nomadic player, a wayward player that, that was all over the place. He doesn't have a storied career. He wasn't lighting up the highlight reels. He was a good player in college, but after that, he was just, a journeyman who spent some years in the NBA. Ain't never coached nowhere in America. Came out of the booth. Mind you, you got people like Sam Cassell, a fellow alumnus of Florida State University, but Sam Cassell, who's been an assistant coach for over 15 years. Sam Cassell, who has 3 rings as a player and a ring also as an assistant coach, because he's an assistant coach of the Celtics. Sam Cassell, who's one of the most well thought of assistant coaches in the NFL, but happens to be black. I'm just saying, white boy JJ Reddick, go ahead. Never coached in your life, go ahead. We'll give you a shot. A proven coach, we want no parts of that. But that's not the story here. The story here is that a black woman was the first one to come out and say, oh, y'all got this wrong. Her name is Halima Nash. So Halima Nash posted this yesterday on her Twitter. She said, quote, I've only been called the N-word to my face by a white man once in my life, and it was on the campus of Duke University while I was doing work with the basketball team. And today, he was named the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. What a world. End of quote. Now, after this, person after person after person, black people got on record saying, yep, he called me the N-word. Yep, he was an asshole and a dick to me too. Yeah, one black boy said, I knew him. He was at Duke, and I've heard him call other people the N-word, and he never called me the N-word, but because he knew what, he basically said he knew what I would do, but I've seen him call other black people the N-word. He's on record saying, no, not me. How dare people think that this is me? But it's him. He's denying all parts of it. Matter of fact, he's on record. He was on record a few years back when he was over in China using a racial slur toward Chinese people, and was caught on video saying it. And then when people called him out on it, he said, oh, I was just having an issue with my pronunciation of something, but how dare you think that I would use that type of racial slur to people in China? Really? So it's always everybody else. It's always, that's not me. How dare you people think that that's me? And it is you. Now, Carmelo Anthony is on record saying that because Carmelo Anthony came on record today and said, listen, y'all know me and Kobe was real friends, and Kobe was very adamant about he could not stand JJ Reddick because JJ Reddick was on the USA basketball team with him. He said, I cannot stand him. He's a horrible person, and I want no parts of him, and I never want to work with him and never want him on my team. And Carmelo Anthony said he's on record as saying that. Now, why is that important that Kobe Bryant said that? Because he just got a job with the LA Lakers. That's why that's important. And it backs up what other people are saying. Now, let's be clear. JJ Reddick is the all-American white boy. That's the great white hope. Y'all know how it is, especially in basketball. When he was in college at Duke University, he was one of those, jump shooters, that would hang out on the wing and be able to hit a three-pointer. And so they touted him as about to be the next great white hope in the NBA, and that shit didn't pan out because they always want to have a white person to root for in an area where black people dominate. See Caitlin Clark. Anyway, so it's the same thing with coaching. There are tons of black people, black assistant coaches that deserve the opportunity. But rather than give this black assistant coach an opportunity, we want to give the quintessential clean-cut white boy his opportunity to come. We'll gravy train his ass. We'll use our white privilege to give him opportunities that he does not deserve. So they won't do their homework on him. They won't do a background check on him. They'll look aside. They'll look past any indiscretion, plant him into the job, and then say, yeah, deal with it. I'm just saying. So now Los Angeles Lakers, which is a fucking dumpster fire over there. The Los Angeles Lakers is a fucking dumpster fire. Y'all ain't got an Ice Cube's chance in hell of winning a ring in the next couple years. Y'all got this coaching carousel going on over there. Y'all just can't get the shit together. And y'all thought that this was going to be the hire. Y'all tried to hire, what's his name over there, who's the coach of UConn. I can't think of his name. Somebody put it in the chat. The head coach of UConn's men's basketball team. God, I can't think of that man's name right now. And he told y'all, fuck you and fuck your life. Y'all ain't got enough money to pay me. And went back to UConn. And then you hired this young man, clean cut, quintessential all-American white boy, the great white hope, because only white people can be seen as leaders. Because when you got a team or an industry with a bunch of black people, you gotta have a white man that's gonna lead them, because there isn't true leadership until you have a white man at the helm, right? Right. Thank you, Nessa. Don Hurley. Thank you, Cassandra. Don Hurley. He told y'all ass no, and y'all go pick him up. Didn't do the homework. I'm not going to even say they didn't do the homework. They just ignored it. They just said, fuck it. We just going to put him in there and y'all going to deal with it. I hope shit just keeps coming out. I want everybody who got something to say, y'all come out of the woodworks. Come on out of the woodworks. Because we see this shit all of the time. We know what it is. I believe every part of him using the N-words. I believe every part of it. Every single part of it. I believe he did it. I believe he's just as horrible as the people at Duke University said he was. And what I hope happens is, I hope because the Lakers were so stupid, I hope not only do they have to relieve him of duties as coach, I hope because he signed the contract, they're still forced to pay him. So I hope they're on the hook for millions of dollars that they have to pay him and have to let him go just to teach them a lesson. Yeah, bitch, we probably should rethink this. You think it's gonna get swept under the rug, Cassandra? There's that possibility. That's a real possibility. You know how this goes. But I don't know. I don't know if it catches fire. People thought that the John Gruden situation was going to get swept under the rug, and you see what happened with that. They had to fire him. So that's why I say I hope I hope people continue to come out the woodwork. I hope people that have valid receipts. I want everything to come to light. I want it all to come to light. So they look like the fucking idiots that they are. Hey, Angela. So they look like the fucking idiots that they are. I'm just saying. Anyway, we have nothing else for you, sir. Go with God. So in pop culture news, the big story is Kenya gone. She gone. You'll pardon me if I'm not if I wasn't laying in the fetal position crying all night. Because Kenya Moore was told she can't come back. So I ain't never liked that bitch. Bagger. Y'all know I am not a Kenya Moore fan. But first of all, everybody, you got all these people. Oh, the show ain't gonna be the same without Kenya. The show was shit last year, and the bitch was there. That shit should have been put out the pasture 3 seasons ago. Real Housewives of Atlanta, the last season should have been the season where they went to Japan. I think Eva was still on. I think that was Eva's last season. Nene was still on there. Eva was still on there. And I think that's the season. That was Nene's last season because I think that's the season when Nene got mad because they went into her closet and they said she attacked one of the cameramen or whatever. That should have been the last season. That shit has been a train wreck since then. So all of these people, what are they going to do? They ain't been doing shit for the last couple of seasons. This shit has been fucking horrible. Child. What season was that when they went? That was Eva's last season. That was the season that they went to Japan, and Tanya was still on there. Tanya was still on there. I think that was the season before the thing with Bolo. I think that was the season before the Bolo season. That was the last good season to me. I'm just saying. I don't give a damn that she's going. Good. You were out of order. Completely out of order. Bravo and Miss Cohen sat back and allowed you to run roughshod all over the place. They sat back and they allowed you to do all types of horrible things. Say all types of horrible things. Do all types of horrible things. The woman has been a fucking problem for seasons now. That was season 11. Thank you, Montrez. And so, now that you're going, I don't care. Bye, girl. Cancel the whole show. Throw the whole show in the garbage. Miss Cohen. Come here, Miss Cohen. Come to the whiteboard, Miss Cohen. Why are y'all holding on to this shit? The shit don't even get the ratings that it used to get. It would be one thing if they were still holding it down in terms of the ratings. It would be one thing if people were still clamoring. The shit is fucking unwatchable at times. Cancel the whole thing. Just throw the whole fucking show in the garbage. And I'm not even here for a recast. Cancel or put this shit on hiatus for like 2 or 3 years, then do a recast and bring this shit back. But all of them hoes need to go. All of them. It's just a mess. Just a goddamn mess. Child. So Miss Cohen and Bravo that sat up here, encouraged her, placated to her, made her feel like she was autonomous and that she could just do anything. And she followed the formula. She did unsightly and insidious things and thought that it would be business as usual. Because every time you go, when people give you that type of leeway, you go further and further each time. Each time you go a little further. Each time you say something more horrible. Each time you do something a little more heinous. Each time, and they don't say nothing. Good. Oh, I got away with that. Well, next time I'm gonna go a little further. And you kept going. And now we're at this point where you have basically, allegedly, the woman is doing revenge porn on someone and is ready to and has taken legal action. I don't blame her. But y'all, Kenya Moore apologists, y'all over here explaining it away. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Oh, she say she ain't do it. Matter of fact, she's on record saying she don't see she ain't got nothing to worry about. Let me make sure I get her quote. I don't want to quote the woman wrong. She said, what did she say? She said she is grateful for her fans' support and that her conscience is clean. She says so many false claims hiding behind anonymous sources. All this conversation and no facts being reported. If a claim or source was valid, would they need to hide? End of quote. Ma'am, if it was not factual, would they be not allowing you on the show right now? Because if this was all fake, make believe, they would absolutely have you on this, because this is more news and press for the show. This is what they want. They want people talking about the show. They want people all up in the drama. But if this wasn't a real and substantiated problem, you wouldn't have been suspended. She went on to say, quote, my life is blessed. Myself and my daughter will continue to thrive in a non-toxic environment where we feel appreciated and, most importantly, protected. End of quote. Newsflash, Kenya, you're the one that created the, quote, toxic environment. You're the one that created that. Child. The protection that was needed was from the likes of you and your crazy actions and your mouth. Girl, listen. If it were not real and credible, you would not be suspended. I do not believe by any stretch of the imagination that Miss Cohen and the people down to the Bravo would have you suspended if this was not a real and credible situation. I'm just saying. Girl, I'm sure somebody will hire you. So I mean, I don't think she's gonna be out of work. I'm sure somebody will put her on their show. She'll be working somewhere. I ain't worried. But girl, hey Cajun, girl, we know what this is. You out here trying to save face and trying to act like you ain't did nothing. Baby, them people not gonna suspend you for nothing. I'm just being honest. Candy. You out here caping for her and you don't even know the totality of the situation, Candy. You should have just kept your mouth closed. When the people asked you about it, you should have said, listen, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. Kenya is my friend, but I don't want to speak on a situation where I wasn't there and I don't know what happened. And left it at that. But you out here caping and windmilling in the street for Kenya and you don't know what happened. You wasn't there. You should have just said, yeah, it don't involve me. I'm no longer on the show. Kenya is a friend of mine, but I wasn't there and I can't speak to what happened. Left it there. Girl, and if she your friend, you know how her mouth is. You know how she gets down. You shouldn't have chimed in. Just a mess. Just a damn mess. Cajun, don't think I'll notice that you rolling up in my class late. Where the hell you been, Cajun? Huh? Where the hell you been? Rolling up in my class late. What the hell you been doing? Anyway, Kenya, listen, I got like 5 minutes left. I can't spend all this time on you. We got more stories in the dossier before we send the people over to Really Be. Somebody go over there and check and see what time Really Be going live, because we ain't got this type of time to spend on you. Trina got married to that man. The little man that she, was, she been with for a few years now. She been with him for a few years now. At 7, okay. She been with this man for a few years now. Now, allegedly, now the people talk. I know some people down to Miami. That's my hometown. That's my fair city. Now, the people told me the reason she stayed with him. Now I know some people that done been with him. They say that man got a stupid dick. They say the dick is dumb, just stupid. That's what. And I got that from a couple sources down, that's my city. I know some people that done been with him. Some of the chicks down there, they say that dick is dumb. And they say that's why she stayed with him, because he be blowing her back out. That's what the people told me. That's what they told me. Hey, UBU Live. You say Real Housewives of Atlanta needs a new production team. They're the root cause of the franchise demise. If Kenya really did something unlawful like revenge porn, the girl would have pressed charges to stop the BS. From what I understand, UBU Live, she did press charges. There is legal action being taken. So that's from what I understand. And she absolutely pressed charges so as to stop the pictures and stuff from getting out and going any further. That's why we're here. Now, that's what the people are saying. How old is he? I don't know, Cassandra. Yeah, child, Tracy, they say it's just stupid dick, just dumb dick. Child. But they got married. They done been together for a while. They done been together for several years now. Some might say, girl, y'all should have been married a few years ago. Maybe they were supposed to get married and the pandemic, because they've been together since before the pandemic. Yeah, they've been together since before the pandemic. So, yeah. Happy for you. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot. Yeah, his name is Swerve. His real name is Benjamin Leon Curse Jr., but they call him Swerve. So yes, I mean we're happy for you. They got married back last month. They got married. Their marriage date was May 22nd. Well, we happy for you. We wish nothing but the best for y'all. But y'all notice how sometimes people who be together all of these years and don't be and are not married, they be happy, and then as soon as they get married, shit go to hell in a handbasket. And it's like, why the fuck did y'all get married only to divorce when y'all spent all of those years not married and seem to be happy? Child, I don't know. No, she don't know that man for way longer than 3 years. Way longer than 3 years. No, Xavier, they've been together a long time. They've been together. Ooh. They've been together. I know they've been together maybe about, I'm going to say about 6 or 7 years. That's the minimum. Yeah, they've been together. I want to say they've been together almost a decade. I want to say, because I might be shortchanging them. I want to say I remember them getting together sometime around 2016, maybe 2015. Sometime around then, but they've been together for a while. They've been together for a minute. Child, you know how that go, Tracy. She was cheating on her ex with this. They've been together for a while, Tracy. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Girl, boom. But they say The man got legendarily stupid dick and is blowing her back out. Just dumb dick. And I got that from a few, not just one, but a few sources that had the dick themselves. I'm just telling you what I know. We got to move on. In other news, oh God, it's the raw dog queen herself, Madam Gonorrhea Green. Sexy Red. Now, let me tell you about this nasty ass shit that this whore is doing. Y'all know this. Every time I see her, I feel like I need a penicillin shot just to look at a picture of her or to say her name. So the fact that I've already said her name, I might need to go down to the free clinic and get a goddamn penicillin shot. I'm just telling you, that's what she gives me. She took to Instagram because the people are saying the people are suspicious that there may be a budding relationship between Sexy Red and Chief Keef. And so they've been taking people have seen them in suggestive pictures together and stuff on social media. She's been rocking his chain and so forth. And she tried to clarify the relationship between the two, saying they like brothers and sisters. She later jokingly went off on somebody that claimed that they was together. Said, no, we brothers and sisters. It ain't like that. So she went on video posing with his chain again, and then she went on Instagram and say and put it in her panties. That's where we're going with this. She's on video putting the man's chain, that's Chief Keef's chain, in her panties. Then said in the caption of the video, quote, I don't care who wear this motherfucker now, end of quote. Ladies, I don't have a vagina. I don't have labia majora or labia minora. I don't have fallopian tubes. I don't have a cervix. I don't have ovaries. So I'm going to defer to my ladies on this. Is it okay for you to be putting metal chains in your panties next to your cooter? I just want to know, is this good practice of putting chains and shit in your panties bumping up against your cooch? I just want to know, because to me it doesn't sound like sound judgment and practice. Now, mind you, this is the raw dog queen. Mind you, her claim to fame is telling y'all that her booty hole is brown and her pussy is pink. Mind you, she's on record selling lip gloss in the color of gonorrhea green. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to find out. I need my ladies to let me know if that's where you're supposed, if it's just okay. Where's my medical experts when I need them? Yana, you're one of my medical experts. I just want to know, is this okay? Because I'm just believing that you shouldn't be putting chains around your cooter. I'm just saying. And if I'm Chief Keef, the last thing I want is to put that chain back on, knowing that it has been next to that cesspool of STDs, that cornucopia of venereal diseases she calls a snatch. There is no amount of Alkanox, soap, disinfectant, any of the sort that could clean that chain enough for me to put that shit back around my goddamn neck. Please be clear. You think a fake chain, a fake gold chain will turn your neck green? What the fuck you think is gonna happen when you put that shit back around your neck, knowing that it's been within the same area code of that woman's snatch? I'm just telling you what I know. Just throw the whole goddamn chain away. Just go and have that shit melted down. Ciao. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. Xavier say Chief Keef is a cesspool himself. Well, then there's that. So basically, y'all deserve each other. Just deserve each other. Just a goddamn mess. Where do y'all find these people? Hey, Madrill, what's going on, boo? Donna, I don't know what's going on. Oh, I know, Donna, I want to throw up myself. God. Child. What Diamond Pearl Jim says, she say, maybe that's how she gets the germs to make her lipstick. Go. Just a goddamn mess. I'm not doing this with y'all. I can't even read. You know, after a certain time period, we just can't even read what Xavier put in the chat. Because you know Xavier gonna put something unsightly in the goddamn chat. Oh my God. Child. Anyway, we have nothing else for you. Man, we got to go disinfect ourselves after talking about you. Go with God. In our last story of the day, God help us. Thank you, Lord. So that on your left is some chick named Stunner Girl. I don't know these people. Xavier, who is Xavier or somebody from Gen Z? Tell me who she is and why I should know her, because I don't know who she is. But that's Stunner Girl. She's alleging that Ray J took Wendy Williams on a drug binge one time. Via her Instagram story, she wrote, quote, "Instead of constantly being worried about me, Ray J needs to focus on what he did to Wendy Williams. She ain't been the same since you took her on that drug binge, gang." End of quote. I don't even know where this came from. Now we know Ray J and Wendy Williams, they've been great friends over the years. But ma'am, how do you know that he took her on a drug binge? But I don't know who you are, young lady. Ma'am, I don't even know who you are. Now, do I believe that it's possible that this happened? Now, Ray J gives me that he's the plug for whatever drug you need. If you down to the Hollywood, if you down to the Los Angeles, and you need copious amounts of illicit drugs and narcotics, he gives me that he's the plug, and he can give you anything you need. Child, I don't know, but what, man, why you got this fever for Ray J? Show us on the doll where Ray J has hurt you, ma'am. Ma'am, Stunner Girl, show us on the doll where Ray J hurt you. Because, ma'am, you got a lot of fever for Ray J. Ray J is legendary for being with older women and feeding them copious amounts of drugs. See Whitney Houston. May she rest in peace. I believe that's how he's been able to maintain his relationship with Princess. He's probably feeding her copious amounts of drugs. That's why she keep going back and forth with him. He's the supplier. He's the plug. Girl, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you have to be coked up on something or drugged up on something to spend extended amounts of time with the likes of Ray J. I'm just telling you what I know. But I don't know this lady. I don't know who she is. I don't know who this woman is. Ma'am, I just need you to show me on the doll where Ray J hurt you. Please, ma'am. Show us on the doll where Ray J hurt you. I don't know. I don't know. She did, quote, finally leave him. But you know, a couple months from now, they'll be back together again. You know how that goes, honey. When her supply run out, she got to go back to the plug. I'm just saying. Not you was done after the song One Wish. Oh, that was like 20 years ago. One Wish was like 20 years ago. Oh, she been done with you for a long time, Ray J. Madrell says she been done with you for about 20 plus years. Oh, child. Child. Katrina say Princess is dumb as a box of rocks after she pushed you in a pool and then copyright your name. Just well, then there's that. I don't know this woman. From the looks of it, you're not somebody who I would want to know or be around. There's you just from what you got on, ma'am. Yeah, that yeah, you just not. You wouldn't be in my circles. Not Ray J can touch your dogs. You know what? Is that all it takes, Xavier? A long peen? Is that all it takes, Xavier? Cha. Cha. I mean, let's be clear. Ray J only got 2 songs. One Wish and what was the song with him and Lil Kim? I can't remember the song. Y'all know what song I'm talking about. The song with him and Lil Kim. They say you was plowing Lil Kim and shoving copious amounts of drugs into her system. Wait a minute. Thank you, Nessa. Wait a minute. Them the only 2 songs we ever cared about with Ray J. He ain't got nothing else. But they say you was plowing Lil Kim guts when y'all was making that video and shoving copious amounts of illicit narcotics into her system. Child. Not that you know his hole is a child. That's not me, Ray J. Prodigy's lawyers say that hole is amazing. They say that hole is something heavenly. They say that shit feels like velvet. It is velvety silk over there. Baby, they say you have a legendary hole over there. You put the dickhead to the tip of the dickhead to the hole, and it just grabs you on in. Get over here. Like on what is that, Street Fighter or a Mortal Kombat? I'm just saying. Child. Listen, I don't have nothing for either one of y'all. Stunner girl, whoever you are, or Ray J. I ain't got nothing for either one of y'all. I don't know who you be. I mean, I know who you are, Ray J, but I don't even know who this Stunner chick is. Ma'am, I have nothing for you people. So as we say around these parts, go with God. That's all we got for today, y'all. Listen. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself today. I enjoyed myself today. Now listen, we about to go on vacation. Listen, The people say I'm a size queen Cajun, so you can't be over here talking about what you want to play with me, that you want to do some wrestling or some Mortal Kombat in the bed, unless you can meet my size criteria. That's what the people say, that I'm a size queen. So if you ain't got if you ain't got enough meat, it's nothing we could do for you. Now y'all hold tight. Y'all know I gotta send y'all over to Really Be. Um, but listen, we getting ready to go on vacation. We got Really Be's birthday trip coming up. I think Really B is having a birthday live. When Tracy C, when is the birthday live? Is that tomorrow? I think the birthday live is tomorrow or Friday. I'm not sure. But I got to go out of town tomorrow. I got a conference this weekend. So I got to go out of town for that. So I may or may not make it into the birthday live, but I will be on the birthday trip. We will be on the birthday trip. Yes, we will. But I think the birthday live is tomorrow or Friday. I don't remember. Anyway, listen, I'm an important person. Xavier. Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay, the live is tomorrow. Okay, good. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged. They're much appreciated. Listen, I'm about to send y'all over to Really Be. Y'all hold tight. Y'all hold tight right there. So I can send y'all over to Really Be. Listen, don't worry. I'm gonna pop up every now and again. I'll pop up. Like I said, depending on what the Wi-Fi is like when we're over in Turks and Caicos, you know, me, Really Be, Abby will go live at some point and say hey to y'all while we on the beach and stuff like that. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We out. Just hold right there so I can send y'all over to Really Be.